Check. I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to try to play one of the hardest songs I know on the bass. It's not because it's some kind of speed metal tune or anything like that. It's more because it's technical. It's not because it's some kind of speed metal tune or anything. All right. So hope you enjoyed this.
You know I need your love. You got that hold over me. Long as I got your love, you know that I'll never leave. When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind. And it's been you, woman, right down the line. I know how much I lean on you, only you can see the changes that have been true, have left a mark on me. You've been as constant as a northern star, the brightest light that shines. It's been you, woman, right down the line. I just wanna say this is my way of telling you everything I could never say before. Yeah, this is my way of telling you that every day I'm loving you so much more, 'cause you believed in me through my darkest night. Put something better inside of me, you brought me into the light. Threw away all those crazy dreams, I put them all behind. And it was you, woman, right down the line. I just wanna say this is my way of telling you everything I could never say before. Yeah, this is my way of telling you that every day I'm loving you so much more. If I should doubt myself, if I'm losing ground, I won't turn to someone else. They'd only let me down. When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind. And it's been you, woman, right down the line.
Yeah, I'll get another tune together. I was kind of worried, man. With that one, I have to have my eyes glued to the fretboard. I've never been really good at that anyway, ever. I mean, I played bass in a band for a long time and sang co-lead singer with a guy named Don Freeborn. We were playing in a band called Lead, Poison, Grin. And I tell you, man, I always turn this way so I could look at this while I was, and maybe people want a little bit more. Anyway. Oh, hey, how you doing, MCJK, RPR? How y'all doing? It's just me showing off being a dipshit. Today, we're not gonna. I mean, I might play another song or two. I just. Am I the only one in the world right now that sees one side of the aisle in our political circus going off the rails? I mean, off the rails. We were promised. I mean, think about Adam Schiff when he looked right and they would ask him the question, have you seen any evidence that suggests, oh, yes, I've seen lots of evidence that suggests that Trump is a Russian stooge. He's a Russian collaborator working directly for Putin. And I mean, that's stupid. That is, he's been an American patriot forever. I mean, this new thing with the taxes. I mean, they're so done. The one guy let it slip. I don't remember who the hell it was. We said, oh, we got it. It was a black dude. I think he's from Texas. He said, we have to impeach because there's too good a chance that he might win the next election. And then these same people, almost in the same breath, will talk about our democracy is at stake. We don't live in a democracy, one. We have a democratically elected system where we have democratically elected officials that represent us. It's a little bit closer to democracy than the UK's style of electing members of parliament that then elect the prime minister. We elect our, our equivalents to prime minister, which is we don't have a ministry. Nobody bleeds here for politics, not officially. But we have cabinets, so we have an executor, we have a president, somebody that presides. Washington was considered a great president because he did preside. He didn't say a whole lot. He didn't make himself the star attraction. He was tall, he was imposing, and when they got out of hand, he would stand up, he would, wave his stick or rap his gavel. Where is that now? Do you mean that there is actually a committee that's important in Congress that Jerry Nadlicker is the, I can't even, I mean, this guy, he was incompetent when George W. Bush was president. The guy is incompetent. All right. He's a blowhard. Now we have some of those on I want to say I hate it, man. Good Lord. I have got to associate myself with the right side. And I mean that politically and metaphorically. I do. I have to say that right now, if I align myself with any political side, it's the right side. Of course, all right, whatever. I mean, you can't even be a free-thinking individual. You can't say to yourself, well, yeah, 6 weeks seems reasonable. Ocasio-Cortez can say all she wants. You only missed a period for 2 weeks, but if you've been doing a lot of fucking, maybe you should get a pregnancy test if you're some kind of skank-ass gutter slore that goes out there and throws her poontang at any dude that comes along, riddled with STDs, some disgusting pus bag. Even that person, if they get pregnant, should be murdering that child. But, of course, I said murdering a child when, of course, it's in the womb. And, of course, a horse is a horse. I'm not furious. I'm not afraid. I don't know how you can be afraid of something that you don't believe in. And I don't believe in government. I don't have the faith it requires to think that a bunch of people miles away that have nothing to do with my life or no real care about my life or the outcome of it, that they have a better clue about what to do with my life than I do. No, if I want to drink and be an incipient alcoholic, then I will. If I want to smoke dope and be a pothead, then I will. If I want to go get some heroin, bend over, get in the mirror and shoot it right up a pulsating, bloated hemorrhoid in my asshole, then I will. And it's not hurting anyone. In fact, the heroin in the asshole might actually feel good with the hemorrhoid thing. It might feel good. It might be a good thing. It might be something that's medicinal. Oh, but you're doing heroin and blah, blah, blah. Well, fuck you. When I'm doing heroin, don't bother me. If I go out to steal your lawnmower to get some more heroin, well, it's time to bother me. If I hold somebody up to take their money, of course, but that's not the crime, isn't the heroin. Well, but so many people try to do it. Listen, people want things now. They always have. They always will. People covet what they don't have. And they will always make an attempt to get. Now, and the vast minority. When we catch these people, we do what we should do. We put them in prison. But we put a lot of other people in there too. I mean, a lot of folks that just should not be there. And now, I can hear MCJK now, but I'm going to try to block his voice out of my head. Even though that's why we communicate with people with varying opinions, is so we can have that voice in our head to help guide us when we're making decisions, but not this one. If someone wants to do drugs, let them do drugs. The entire war on drugs is idiotic. It's impossible. It's not a war on drugs. It's a war on those that you love. It's a war on your family, friends, relatives, associates, acquaintances, enemies, and everyone else. Because everybody does something. I'll tell you what I like. I'll tell you what I'd give up opiates completely for this stuff right here. Kratom. It's kratom. And this is Ming Da, which just means pimp grade. That's actually what it means translated. This is a kilo. It's a kilogram of kratom. You eat it, you swallow it. Man, is it good. The very nice euphoric high from it. So far that I can tell, no withdrawals or no kind of physical dependency. But yet, when I went to get off the opiates and had this, I've done it more than once. I'm going to give an opiate, I'll take them if I'm giving them, man, because I'm stupid. And then, man, that's a serious, oh my goodness. You take a 4,000 milligram Vicodins for a month or two and just stop them. You'll see what I mean. You'll know what I'm talking about. Feels like you're on a torture rack being torn apart by fucking elephants. You'd gladly punch your grandmother in the cocksucker to make it stop. Trust me. But the last time that I got off the opiates and I took this kratom, and I'm gonna tell you what, zero withdrawal. Zero. The mental thing, for me, it wasn't there because I don't really, opiates for me is a love-hate. I love that it takes away pain and also seems to do what alcohol and other drugs can't do, which is make you forget every horrible thing that you or anyone else has ever done to you. And it's something good. It's something good. Lord Croc a Squirrel, good to see you. Did I already mention Tim Tarbox? Good to see you. RPR, MCJK. I look forward to these times that we have together because I rant. There's many times in my life that, I'm getting my teeth cleaned and the teeth lady is an absolute, I don't know, her husband, they're nutcases. I mentioned it the other day. I try my best because I have a company and I work in public. People, I don't want to be known as the crazy guy. In my line of work, they always say, well, you might not like the candy, man, but you sure do like the candy. Excuse me. In my case, the candy is absolutely organically grown and very carefully handled produce and canned goods. I make salsa, also make some smoked meats. I do little farming things. Some people, like an individual I'm not going to name, who, as far as I know, has absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever, is nothing but a cankerous sore on the lip of humanity, was telling me that I'm not a farmer, that I'm a gardener, and that so be it. In their mind or anyone else's, I don't care what you call it. What I do is the thing that I love and get paid for. I've heard it said that if you do that, you don't really ever work. I never really think that I work. I was bummed today because it rained and rained and rained. I'm going to not cut this short, but I'm going to go an hour and get off because it quit raining. And it rained enough that whenever I get out there with the tiller, it's going to get down there and just because I've got clay out here. And clay, once it gets, the drier it is, the harder it is. I mean, it gets so when it's dry, you'll be hard pressed to dig a foot deep in the ground with a shovel just by hand. You can. It's going to take you a while. You ain't going to dig no grave out here by hand. Well, and again, you could with a mattock, a shovel, in 8-9 hours, you could dig yourself a 6 foot deep by 3 foot by 7 foot hole. But it'd take every last bit of that. Yeah, I appreciate that too, Lord Cocker Squirrel. I wonder though, because I hear this all the time, but have they never have the left, just to repeat, because now I'm acting like everybody can understand, and maybe you're not looking at the chat when you come back here and see this later, but Lord Crocker Squirrel says, not only have they lost the plot, they never had it. That's because the title of this is obviously the left have lost the plot. I wonder if they ever were any good. I think back about Teddy Roosevelt and his nephew, Franklin. And I mean, I don't know who of you all know it, but Teddy died, and even his widow would not endorse Franklin. When he seen what Franklin was doing, Teddy, probably part of what killed him. We have Oyster Bay, we have Hyde Park. And I myself will always be an Oyster Bay Republican. Would never be a Hyde Park Democrat. Some mamby-pamby faggot with a bit and a cigarette and nose up in the air and think I'm better than, and then think I'm so much better than anybody else that it's my job to save humanity. I mean, his wife was a great person, Eleanor, but he went with her one time to this orphanage where she worked, and when they come back, he was like, "Oh, I never believed anybody could live like this." He's such a pampered, cloistered individual. He has no idea about life, no idea. FDR built the roads would have been built anyway. What he did was destroyed Route 66 with this interstate, Eisenhower interstate system that we ended up having. All of the old things were destroyed by that. Now, am I unhappy? No, because in the end, I would much rather, take the highway than Route 66. It's just the way it is. Stop signs, no at-level intersections, much safer. But those would have gotten built anyway. That's my theory. If you take government out of it, they would have not only got built, they would have gotten built better, faster, and for less money. I mean, the Democrats, it constantly give us money, give us money, give us money. We're going to make things equal. We are going to work diligently to make sure everybody has a fair shake. Everybody has their piece of the pie. Everybody is equal. We'll make sure of that. I got news right here. No one can provide safety and security but yourself. If you want to be safe and secure, look to yourself. You in England, if you can't get a firearm, get a crossbow. Get 4 of them. Have 2 of them loaded. Get a bow and arrow. Become proficient with it. I've seen people, man. I mean, you can look it up on the internet, and if you get proficient with it, you can fire pretty damn fast. And even in a closed space like this room, as long as they're more than a foot or 2 away from you, or from the end of your arrow tip. Do whatever you have to do. And if you have to do something insane like that, keep petitioning your government. I mean, I know of people, I'm not going to name any, but there's somebody that comes by this channel very often, and he would say it. He's in England. He's got a gun. He's not giving his fucking gun up. And it's not legal. They just says, you know what, fuck you. It's my responsibility to take care of myself and to make sure that I'm safe. And if I happen to get caught, I'll pay whatever penalty you say it is because you say it's illegal, but it's not illegal for any human being to own a firearm to protect themselves. It's not illegal. That's man-made bullshit. It's not illegal. It's illegal to rape. It's illegal to rob. It's illegal to murder. That's it. That's it. It's not illegal to stand out in front of a Planned Parenthood and pray. Then you got this faggot, this jackass homo, run up to my, you're white people. This one girl's Indian. She's not white. They're talking about calling pseudo Christians. If he says he's a Christian, he is a pseudo Christian. He is taking the name of the Lord in vain. I'm saying that as a minister. You cannot. You can't. You can do it, but in our Heavenly Father's eyes, forget about it. You can't say you're a Christian and be homosexual. You are not a Christian and homosexual. Never happens. You have to choose. Have to choose. You cannot be for abortion and be a Christian. I know there's people that say they're Catholics. Nancy Pelosi. Who else? Says they're Catholics but are pro-abortion. You cannot be. Now that's a fact. That's not something I have to check with God on. That's something all you got to do is ask the Catholic Church. Their position on abortion is no. Their position on abortion is no, even if the mother dies, which that's not mine. That's not what we classify as an abortion either. Our nomenclature has changed. We consider abortion on demand. The woman don't want the kid anymore. I mean, I just seen Stefan Molyneux. It's like, my wife wanted a kid. Now she wants an abortion. Nothing you can do about it, gentlemen. Your wife could get mad at you one day and go abort your child. Oh, you're being ridiculous, ogre. Fuck you, I am. Hell hath no fury as a woman scorned. I've dealt with it in my life. Luckily, my wife is not tremendously vindictive. But believe me, all the shit I've pulled in my life, I've paid for it and still pay in some ways. Because women make you pay passive aggressively. They make you do it. I'm old enough and wise enough now to know that I love my wife enough and probably deserve it enough to roll with them punches. To just let it go. To rock and roll with it. Straight Sith Male, good to see you today, brother. It's so good to see you. I would say, and now listen, I don't know you people at all, but right now I imagine that Memes of Destruction, RPR, the King Krog Squirrel, Tim Tarbox, and MCJK, of course MC would be the president, would make a fine start of government. Much better than one they got no experience. I beg to differ. MC was some kind of Army intelligence for years and is still more than qualified, and he might even disagree. I don't give a fuck if he does. MCJK is more than qualified to run this country. Why? Because he has common sense and actually uses it. I know common sense doesn't exist. It's rare that someone has it. It's rare. It does exist. We can all tell ourselves it doesn't, but it does. Just to think that it's common. That's the misnomer. That's the thing that's a fake. Lord Krog Squirrel just said he's a combat officer. And I will say this, we're getting away from military people in our government. Starting to almost seem to be a bad thing. Man, never served, but I'm going to tell you, I would much rather have someone in government that served. Why? Discipline, duty, responsibility to one's office is so ingrained in the true military man. Not the faker, not the sandbagger, not the dirtbag airman that's 35 pounds overweight, needs to hit the gym and start acting like a soldier and looking like a soldier. No. But your most of them take care of their body, take care of their mind. They're ready to go at a moment's notice to either negotiate or kill. And we need people like that can keep their heads under fire also. That's a huge thing. To keep one's head under fire. And let's face it, I don't really think that can be taught in any situation other than you're being fired on. And then, yes, Lord Krog Squirrel could, hold your position, soldier, while the bullets are flying, and teach someone. I think of our great leaders. Teddy Roosevelt comes to mind because, man, when they charged San Juan Hill, no one could believe he lived. He looked at a soldier and said, "Soldier, if I can stand tall, sit tall in this saddle, you can surely stand." When the soldier stood up straight, the story goes, he got struck right in the head with a ball, and it was it. Died. But Teddy didn't. Roosevelt did not slouch or slump one bit in his saddle. Why? Because duty. shot through his spine like an iron rod and would not allow slovenly posture to pervade his military bearing. Military bearing is important. It is. I mean, yeah, we should all smile sometimes, but a proper military bearing on a proper politician or a proper military man is indispensable. And yeah, I keep saying military man because there ain't no military women. Give me a fucking break. It's a joke. It's getting a little old now. Getting a little old. I've seen some shots and it shows this Indian woman from India, Indian, and she's like, you know, talking while these men are listening and they're in the field and she's in, you know, BDUs or some such shit. And it's bullshit. You can see that it's staged and contrived. There's no situation I can think of in the military that women would do anything but make it not as easy. Simple as that. Why? Someone's always going to want to fuck them. Someone's always going to think they can get over on them. Men are much more crafty. There's so many reasons, but so the whys, if you really care to know, I'll take a whole live stream one time and tell you why. Faggots, they want to be in the military. Get in now, boy. I don't care. Don't ask, don't tell. I leave it totally up to the platoon, up to the company. You know, if these boys are fine with it, if they can deal with this guy being homosexual, I'm sure they can, then that's fine. That's fine and dandy because that faggot is a man. And that's, trans? No. Big difference. I mean, yeah, there's some discrepancies, but they're usually what we call statistical noise when it comes to just gays and heterosexuals. Gay people ain't out there just killing them damn selves left and right. Trans people, I think they got over a 50% suicide rate, man. These people are always trying to kill themselves. You gonna put them in now? How do you teach them anything? Now I say you teach them fire, how to work under fire. You get this now. You get the person don't even want to live, and they're under fire, and you're dependent on them to keep the 50 cal coming. No. I'm not ashamed to say it, man. I'm not sexist. I love fucking women, man. I love fucking women. And, they're good for other shit. My wife's out making money right now as we speak. She's really good at it. She makes a lot of money. She's really good at it. Fine with it. I'll enjoy it, too, and keep the conversation going.
Get into you. Don't try to fight it. There ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind. Lay back and groove with your mind. You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. All night, dance you in the sunlight. Gonna rock with you all night. Gonna rock the night. Out on the floor, there ain't nobody there but us. Girl, when you dance, there's a magic that must be love. Take it slow. We got so far to go. When you feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. I wanna ride with you all night. Dance you in the sunlight. I wanna ride with you all night. We gon' rock the night. And when the groove is dead and gone, yeah, you know that love survives, so we can rock forever.
Man, I tell you, I just love Michael Jackson. I love his music. Yeah, I know MCJK, and I want to address this not only in the the little answer that I sent out there, but I want to make it very clear that, of course, this is not a religious channel. But I'm going to speak to you right now on this subject. Someone that has a master's in divinity, someone that's read the Bible, and I mean, I understand the changes. I understand the difference between grace and law. I understand it. But grace didn't change that a sin is a sin. And what I was saying about the gentleman from Pennsylvania, what I was saying about Buttigieg or any other unrepentant homosexual is that God says there's no hope for them. God says they cannot be Christian, meaning little Christs or Christ-like. They cannot be that and willingly say, I'm homosexual and you have to accept my sin and accept me in my sin without any desire or chance that I will ever change. And I'm a Christian. And if you don't do that, you're no. It's very, very clear. I was looking and somebody that I gotta say it, some moron was like, well, if you read the original text, there was no homosexual sex in Sodom. Who knows where we get the word for anal sex from? Anybody? I'll give you a hint. It's called sodomy. We get it from Sodom. They don't call it Gomorrah. Gomorrah me. They don't call it Gomorrah me. They do call it sodomy. I understand that Gomorrah was more like their financial center, and Sodom was more like their decadent place they go. You know, people partied. And well, I tell you what, man. The next thing will be pedophilia and everything else. I mean, they're already doing it right now. Academics are saying, well, why is academic? Because we already know that Podesta is a child molester. We know that Barack Obama has a hot dog stand in Hawaii. He don't sell hot dogs that we would eat. Check it out, folks. Has anybody forgotten? Did they make such mock? Did they send in a stoolie to fire a shot at the floor? Do you think that guy was serious? Who do you think did his family get taken care of? Who put him up to that? Was it just he was nuts and heard Alex Jones, so went and was going to shoot through the floor of Comet Pizza? Or did anybody see the videos with the transvestite hardcore death metal talking about, oh my goodness gracious. The simulated BDSM with children. Oh yeah, just making sure you could hear that little bit of Michael Jackson coming through. Makes me happy. And they don't seem to care. If I'm playing that low in the background, if that's all I ever did, depending upon the volume of it, if you couldn't catch 10 seconds of it uninterrupted, they don't say nothing. I don't believe that we should give Podesta pass. I think that if the FBI got a hold of a treasure trove of obvious, and the reason I know the nomenclature is, look, I've got a video up called Pizzagate, the pictures, Pizzagate, look, check it out. I did a lot of research on this. And the reason I know that Comma Pizza's little pizza thing is suspect is because in the FBI's files, they show you symbology that has to do with pedophilia, and it's got the same pizza thingy. And they talk about cheese pizzas, a prepubescent girl. Hot dogs are little boys. I can't remember certain kind of hot dogs. I mean, this has been a while ago, but a little refresher. This is just something I don't try to keep in my memory. But I guess, they're going to sneak it in on us little by little. And it's soon enough, Podesta will be able to say, well, okay, so I left a map on a handkerchief, and I was so glad to go to this person's house because their children were so friendly in the hot tub. You sick, disgusting, twisted fuck. I had a great childhood. In some ways, it was tough. The reason I say it's great because in my entire childhood, I never had an adult try to mess with me. I was walking down the road when I was 15, on vacation in Orlando. We went to visit my uncle, and I got picked up by a guy. I was wearing spandex shorts and a tank top. I was just out in Orlando. I was 15, like I said. And now he reached over his hand. I kind of knew very quickly that this was, and man, I was terrified. This guy was little and scrawny. I didn't know what he had, though. I had no idea. But I got the fuck out of there. I was like, I told him that I was going to get out right, boom. And then as soon as we stopped at a light, the next time the car stopped, and it was before he really even knew anything was happening. I mean, I was bodily out of the car. So if he would have had a gun over there or anything, I was done. You know, I wouldn't even have seen it pulling over. He'd just had to shoot me. I was gone. Because I heard a crazy shit, man. When I was 15, I had long blonde hair. I was in extremely good shape. I kept myself in good. Anyway. But that didn't happen then or before. And nothing happened to me, man. I made it through my childhood and nothing bad ever happened. I feel like because of that, and I feel so bad for people that were abused, man. It seems like that cycle of abuse continues. Because I'm saying this, I'm going to continue saying it because of that, because of my good childhood. I feel like I owe it to every other child that I ever come in contact with to be a child for a moment in their presence, to leave adult things behind, to look at them as they are, as asexual children, as little boys and little girls. And I understand when I say asexual, I'm not even going to describe it. We all know what I mean. I mean, mentally, asexual, I don't care. The girls play with dolls, the boys play with G.I. Joes. One plays war and one has tea, but everybody has fun. And it's all, it's a wonderful thing that children have. I would, I'd give anything if I could go back to being 7 years old for about 2 hours a day. Again, when I was 7, I had it made, man. I had a Honda 80 XLR, Honda 80. It was in 1982. And, oh man, I had a great life. I had the most unbelievable childhood that any human being could ever wish for. I had a very indulgent father that if I worked and even put in a little bit of effort, he showered me with reward. And I have to say, I mean, it wasn't for doing nothing. And if the nothing started to happen, well, the shower of rewards would certainly become a drought. And the garage would be locked when I went out to get my motorcycle, my Honda 80. Boy, oh, Big George. He's been on my mind more and more these days. It's because it's spring. And every spring I think about Big George. He said, you're going to get fat and lazy, boy. And now, I mean, I'm kind of fat and I'm very lazy. I've always been lazy. I was lazy back then. Today, the only reason I work is for the same reason I worked back then, was for the reward. I want the reward. I want the food from my garden. I want the money. I want the people paying me to do my job. I want these things. So I work. That doesn't make me ambitious. I'm not, I don't think he's here anymore. Someone to pick him out. I'm not MCJK. This guy is a fucking machine, man. If you stopped him from working, if you put him in, you could put him anywhere. If you put him in a palace, I mean, a 25,000 square foot palace with everything, workout room, theater, bowling alley, everything. And he could be on the grounds, 5-acre grounds, but he could not work. Could not work. Drink all he wanted, play all the tennis, racquetball, whatever, anything he could dream up, but he couldn't work. He'd go nuts. I don't think, there's some people, they can't. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Let's see here. I'm going to have to look and see what that is. Not because I care. Okay, Games Without Frontiers. That is absolutely not a problem. What I've got going on right now, RPR, is I've got a different computer that is pumping the music in. I mean, I've got the computer I'm on is down here under my feet, underneath there. There's a Acer Predator. But over here, you see, there's a very old Dell right there. Dell 15, what is it? 1505 Dell right there. Old as hell. And that's hooked to the internet too, and that's playing the music and pumping it into this soundboard that is then going into this interface that goes into my computer. Why? Because, man, it's a lot. Back in the old days when everything was analog, it's easy for me to make things talk. But trying to get computers to talk to each other, can't do it, man. Man, and what a good choice too, RPR. I just want to Peter Gabriel, man, he's got to be on my top 3. Very close. Definitely on my top 5. I'd have to think hard about my top 3. But I would say that very easily Peter Gabriel makes it on my top 5 for songwriters and singer. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. And who would have thought? Listen to that. You can still hear Collins. You still hear in the rhythm here. You can definitely tell that they come from the same place. What's up, Patrice, man? Good to see you, my brother. All right, so I'll put that on the background. Thank you very much for that. And somebody let me know if you can't hear the tune at all in the background. Let me know, and I'll turn it up a little bit. I want it to be heard. Whistling tunes, the dunes by the seaside. Man, this is it's amazing to me too. In the way, because it goes back and forth. Not like it's a jam, but man, it is war without fears. It's an emotional, such an emotional tune. All right, so keep that up there, Peter, if you will. Keep going for us. Thank you so much, there, Tim Tarbox. Oh, sister. Sorry. Well, we love all of you all. I'm so glad she wasn't here for my rant about how women shouldn't be in the military 20 minutes ago. No, and I would do it again. But I have reasons for that. You know, I'm not just saying that. And now I don't mean that if I was going to be in a fight, I wouldn't want Patrice to have a weapon. Nah, I'm saying a professional soldier meant to go kill. I don't really. And it's, hey, whatever you want to call it. Am I a chauvinist? I am a chauvinist. I tell my wife I love her every time we part. I make my wife coffee in the morning, unless I'm passed out tits up because I drank too damn much, because she gets up early when she does work, whatever, which is rare. And then she's so great, she doesn't bother me. But every morning, this morning when as soon as I could see, because I get up early generally, 4 o'clock in the morning early. Looking at, I can see a grill. There's a grill above our door. Let me see if I can show you. There's a grill above our bedroom door. I don't know if I can go right the corner. See that grill right there? There's like a grill above that door. You can see a door back there. See the grill above it? Well, I can see the light coming out of there. And as soon as I can see light, it's usually 5:26 to 5:30 in the morning. Boom. I instantly get, and I'm sitting, my footstool's here. I'm sitting cocked that way. And that's why I do that in the morning. I get up, I fill up her special coffee mug, big old freaking coffee mug with her soy cream, sweetener creamer in there. And boom, strut right in the bathroom. Say, morning, Jen, here's your coffee. Every morning. She knows that's going to happen. Why? Because I'm a chauvinist. I don't think she deserves it, or I owe her. I want to pamper her. I believe she deserves it. I feel like I owe it to her. This is the one time where I'm going to tell you folks that feelings it matter. Okay, so when it comes with a male's relationship with a female, it's like that. There's a female right there. I've had male dogs too. They're a lot more similar than human beings are. I'm going to go off on a psychological rant here in a second. It'll probably make everybody want to come and shoot me in the face, or, either A, because it's boring, or B, because they disagree with me. Oh. Look, the sun's out. Just listen to this for about 25 seconds. I'm going to go let Lily Dog out, and I'm going to have a pizzle, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk some more. Thank you so much for being here. Tim Tarbox, Patrice, especially you. We do love our females here. Jim passed away, and I am now in a homeless shelter. because I had my ID stolen on the bus. Are you shitting me? Is that true? I mean, huh? I'll give you. I'm just. You. We'll have a way. You have a way to contact me. See if we can do something. I mean, I don't know what I can do even, but we'll see what if we can do something. And anyway, I see Tim. Let me go take care of this, and I'll be back. And I don't want to take this time to talk too much about this, Patrice, but we'll go ahead and let me just give you my email right now. It's yeah, I think that's it. JT710@gmail.com. Just shoot me a thing there, and if there's, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what to do. But that's terrible, man. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Do you smoke cigarettes? What's this say? Best way I'm no homeless. I'm not sure who Jim is. And again, there's no way you can probably come online and tell us about it, is there? If there is, just let me know and I'll send you a link. In fact, I'm just gonna send a link out here. If you're on a phone, you can do it. You've got to jump through some hoops. The last time I tried to get on the phone, but anyway. Oh, Digital Drive, always good to see you, my brother. Last time I spoke to you, we were gonna do something musically. I swear on my life, because I love your channel. I check it out every few days to see what you've got new going on. And, I know that you're a musician. Don't you play the piano? Is that correct? I'm going to your channel right now. Man, am I a rambling some bitch today? I really am. Just rambling. I don't know. I was going to get up and let my dog out and pee, but apparently I'm not going to do that. Yeah, the piano. I'm looking right now. Oh, Patrice, I tell you what, ma'am, I'm going to get up just because you probably know from watching me for a while. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit, just so that you can speak. Everybody can hear you very well. What's going on? I mean, if you don't mind, start at the top. You said someone passed away. Just start from the top. Tell us what the fuck's going on, if you will, please.
Yeah, my boyfriend of 14 years passed away on March the 14th, and I was living in a hotel after that because the house went back to his family. And I am now in a homeless shelter because some jerk stole my wallet on the bus, and I'm waiting for my social security card to get here so I can start replacing everything else from my ID so I can go to work.
Okay. 14 years. What about the family says nothing, huh?
Family says nothing. I'm
Yeah. I mean, I've seen situations like that too often. So basically, what they wanted was to sell the house, split it up, or whatever.
Yeah.
And as far as you went, they didn't not even a fairly well.
No.
Huh. All right. Well. So at this point, if you could get your ID, but you're still stuck in a spot right now.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a spot until I can get my ID, and I need some. I'm gonna be honest. I need some money for necessities.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the past we've had. I mean, this is a small channel. It's getting smaller and smaller because of me. But in the past, I mean, we've done a little something here and there. What do you need? How much do you need?
Maybe at the most, $30 or $40 for my necessities.
What do you have? A PayPal or something to that effect?
Yes, I do.
You do have a PayPal.
I do.
We'll see. And I'll tell you right now, if anybody that's in the chat would donate 15, I'd definitely match it. In fact, I match up to 3 15s right now. So if anybody out there would give 15, I'd match it. So in other words, if you listen carefully to what I'm saying, who knows, man? Young lady too. I don't know if anybody can do it or will. One way or the other, I'll send you a couple bucks. Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, that'd be $90. So hey, look, I really am going to get up and let my dog out. Tell us just a little bit. You'll see that I'm gone, and you'll see when I come back. It won't be but just a few seconds. Tell us about the experience. Are they treating you well at the shelter? I mean, just tell us about the experience.
Well, I'm here with my 20-year-old daughter who is autistic. And we are together as a team. When when I get my ID back, I can make everything better because I can go wait tables. That's not, it's not going to be a major issue getting back to work. The, you know, it's just, we're just stuck right now. And I just need some help to get through. This is a really, really super rough patch. And it's been, the hotel was much better than where we're at now. I was much better off there. And I just would like to get back to work so I can start paying rent somewhere else. Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim, very much. I haven't checked yet. I'm going to check. Let's see. But, okay. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, 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 very much. You've helped me a great deal. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I can't thank you enough.
Did you send a link to the to my email?
Not yet, Ogre. I certainly will.
Okay.
When I can email it to you. Okay.
As soon as you do. As soon as you do. I don't know what anybody says, and someone may get in contact with me after. One way, it doesn't matter. I'll send you $30 to your whatchamacallit. In fact, I wouldn't mind. Just email me because I wouldn't mind talking to you later. And of course, because listen, I don't mean any disrespect to you whatsoever, but I've been around this thing long enough to know that I don't know you. So I mean, if it's all super duper legit and everything, I mean, there's no reason why someone wouldn't set up a small GoFundMe and shoot it out. And I don't have like a super huge following, but a lot of the people that do follow me on Twitter and stuff, they're actually really super duper cool. Like the people that are listening right now, they're actually super duper cool people.
Well, I can provide all the proof that anybody would need, but I really, I really kind of wanted to stay away from GoFundMe, but you know, I maybe that's my own stubbornness or whatever, but
why would you stay away? Because they why would you do that?
Well, there are issues with Jim's son. They weren't here to help me, but when they knew that there was a problem, they basically it's a I don't there's I just I'll talk to you via email. Okay.
All right. Yeah. I would much rather that. In fact, I'm trying to look. I'm just going to say it out loud. So far, I'm almost positive that Tarbox shot you something in your PayPal.
He did.
Okay, perfect.
He did.
So are there two or one?
Two or one. What?
So has someone else also shot something in there, or is it just Tim?
Let me see.
Just because it's looking like someone else may have, but I don't want to call.
I don't see.
Okay, that's fine. One way or the other, you definitely, obviously, you definitely just $30. So, folks, again, we don't want to hit anybody else. I think Tim Tarbox and I are independently wealthy. I don't know, and maybe we're not, but we don't want to choke or strain anybody else too much. So that's perfect, man. That's perfect. In fact, I see. Watch this. I see the PayPal thing right here. Why isn't it? Let me just. So is that a link?
Yeah, because I didn't do the HTTP, whatever. I didn't do that. I just put www dot. If you copy and paste it, it should work.
Oh, it's right there. Look at that. So yeah. Hey, watch this. I just do this. Should be boom. And then, because at least you can get your ID, you know. And the way I look at it is, like I said, I ain't harping on it, man. But you know, the way I said, no matter what, the backstory was one way or the other, it's $30, man. If you went out, I mean, it's like, what's the worst that could happen? I don't get it. All right, it should be popping in here directly.
So, okay. All right. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, well, I just realized I got to log into PayPal or anything, but just him.
Okay.
See, I can hope. Oh yes, I did. Off the top of my head, I got my password. That's unusual. Very best. It's unusual. All right, so boom. Credit. So no, what's that? So it should just be in there now. It should be to you. Well, I could just stick it right back up there.
It'll come in a minute. The Yahoo will get me the mail, and then I'll.
You know what? Hey, I haven't done
Yeah.
anything quite yet. I'm just
Oh,
looking.
okay.
I don't see you. I just signed into PayPal off of trying to donate, but it's like
Okay.
you're not signed in. I signed in. So now I'm just looking for where you're at right now. Activity. Maybe I did.
I don't know.
No, I didn't. Goodness.
Okay.
All right. So let me just boom. Just do this again. I'm definitely signed in now. All right. Well, and look, folks, I'm sorry if this feels whatever. I'm a little, all of us could put ourselves in that position. I hope. I've been married 25 years, and I don't even want to think about it. It'd be more than horrific. You're in Maryland.
Yes, I am.
My family is. My mom's from Cumberland. The people on the in the pictures right there. In that picture, they're all from Cumberland. All of them are passed away now, but they're all from Cumberland. That's the Dawson family from Cumberland, Maryland. Oh yeah, it looks like let me see here. Boom. Boom. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. That should be it. And yeah, I mean, keep us updated too.
Thank you so much. I will keep you updated. I thank you so much. That this makes me feel so much more comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I can.
Well, you sound about as excited to be on air with people listening to you as I think I would be if somebody threw me in a den with bears. So you're welcome to hang out or whatever you want to do, but I'm not going to press you anymore. You see that's there. You could do whatever you want to do, and just let us know later on that you got your ID in the next few days and how that.
Well, yeah. My social security card was ordered. And I got the email on May the 1st that said that it should be here soon, and then I called Social Security. They said it takes about 2 weeks for that to come. Once that comes, I'll be able to get the rest of my ID. So I'm waiting for the Social Security card patiently, and once it comes, I'll be able to buy the rest of my ID.
All right.
And my essentials that I need between then to basically survive with.
I think I asked you, do you smoke cigarettes?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, you gotta get smokes in times like these. That's all I'm telling you. In fact, I don't care. I'm just gonna say for my part, if you get an ID or not, I hope that you get a pack of smokes.
Yeah,
so I just want to let you know that off the top. That when I give you my part of the money, I don't really care what you do with it. If you end up getting the ID, that's good. That's really good. But in tough situations, sometimes you have to make tough decisions, and it might be a fifth of Mad Dog and 3 packs of cigarettes, and you're like, well, I'm good for a couple days.
You made me laugh, so that's a talent. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get a pack of cigarettes tonight. I can do that now. Gosh, oh my God. But I've been in survival mode since March the 14th, and everything is just. So I think things are once my Social Security card gets here, things will really start to calm down, because then I can go ahead and get that.
Well, you got good news, because Digital Drive just come right out and said it.
I know
he sent 25, which means
I know he did,
and I send you another 15.
Thank you.
So if you do the math on that, that's pretty cool today.
And,
hey man, I gotta say it too, folks. You people out here listening, I don't know why. I have a very small group of people, but I say it all the time, and sometimes I listen back on the playback. I'm like, man, I mentioned it. Sounds like I'm bitching about I'm not bitching about the number. All I can say is the folks that come by here are the fucking salt of the earth. because I joke about independent wealthy. I don't think anybody around here is independently wealthy. But what we all are is true Americans that don't probably necessarily believe in the welfare state. Right? What we believe in is when you hear somebody's hurting, buy them a drink, give them a pack of smokes, give them $10, shake their hand, tell them it's going to be all right. It's temporary, okay? Because everybody will say, "Oh, the fish, you got to give them, you got to teach them to teach."
Yep.
I ain't got time to teach this girl to fish right now. All I can do is give her a fucking fish and hope that it tastes good. Anyway.
Oh, I am very appreciative. That is for sure. My daughter and I are very appreciative, and I will be able to get a cup of coffee because this shelter doesn't even have coffee.
Why? Because it's a drug or something?
No, I have no idea, but they have no coffee here available. So when I go to buy cigarettes, I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee first thing.
We'll do that. Oh, yeah. And listen, I'm gonna boogie. I've went over anyway. I'm just stoked about the reason why. I should already be out. The sun's out, and it rained so much. I should already be out with a rototiller. But just make sure you let us know. All right. I can't.
I will.
In fact, I'll tell you the truth. On this platform, I won't do again what I did this time because other people very rarely. I think last time something like this went down, it was like the same thing happened too. It was so cool. But if you go to the cow enough, it just be and nothing to come out. But I'll say this: we will all want to know if you're safe, if you're sound. And I just said that, but you know how it is. I mean, you come back buying, things are good, things are bad. Somebody might be having a good day, and you never know. You never know. They throw you another 5 or 10 or whatever. We definitely. Main thing is you understand what I'm trying to say. As I start, listen, charity's never easy for me because I feel like somebody's going to go out of their way to say thank you too much. And the fact of the matter is, if I was in your position, I would want someone to help me also. And I wouldn't want to have to kiss anybody's ass or feet or anything else to get it. I would just want to feel like I'm a human being. That's the reason I deserve it. And you're a human being. And that's the reason why you should help me if you can. Yeah. And so, here's to the American way and to the Republican way, which would be not welfare from the government, but coming together as human beings and spreading the love around. Here's to you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Give us a final word and then get the hell out of my room.
Okay. All right. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate it very, very much. And I will keep you guys updated.
Cheers.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Patrice.
Yep.
We'll be thinking about you. All right. So where we were at, it's so ironic to me also because as we were talking and the whole thing was about, can you be gay? And no, you can't be gay and Christian, willingly gay and Christian at the same time. You can't. But that said, I can't be Christian and hear a fellow human being that has just went through 15-year relationship ends in death, put out on the street by the family of the past loved one. I mean, in the end, if you don't have a heart, I mean, and I'm not talking about if you ain't got the money, right? I mean, if you don't have the money, it's like with the United States, they always want to pull this same shit with us, other countries. And they're like, come on, help us out. Give us aid. How can we give you aid? We're trillions of dollars in debt. We don't have it. And of course, that's why I would understand if anyone here couldn't have, but Digital Drive and Tim Tarbox and myself, we were lucky today. Maybe tomorrow we're not lucky. You never know. I have no idea if Digital Drive one day I'm here and chilling and he's like, hey man, I had to sell my piano, man. And boom, I hope you know too, brother. I'd be right. I'd do the same thing. Wouldn't matter to me if I had 10,000 people watching, 5-10 people watch. Wouldn't matter. Because in the end, dignity is something we're conceived with, people. That's why they don't want you to see the videos of abortions. Look, man, I don't want to get all. I'm not going to use this opportunity to start pulling on heartstrings so hard that you can feel them burst. I'm just not going to do that. I say it often, and I mean it when I say it. Humans and people individually are scum. I'm scum. I'm a worm. I'm lower than whale shit. But mankind as a whole is the most beautiful thing that ever was. And the human collective is worth all to bleed a little bit. So one can eat, so one can live, so one can thrive. I never compare. I just watched a TED Talk and this very intelligent sounding doctor type told me about how I should anthropomorphize more and how animals and orcas and have saved humans and dolphins have noticed heartbeats that stopped in boats. And therefore, fuck them dolphins. I wonder what it tastes like. I'd like to have some dolphin steaks with a side of orca. And how about a little bit of that endangered giant salamander from China? Fried. I mean, while you're at it, club me some seals and make me a hat and some mittens. I really don't. It's not it. It's humans. It's mankind. We. If we deplete this earth and leave it a smoldering wreckage, well, I hope that the humans live through it. But, you know, hey, if they don't, I hope they were comfortable till it ended. I don't believe or buy that shit. This planet seems to have an unbelievable ability to regenerate itself and to cleanse itself. And I'm not waiting with bated breath for mankind to make the climate change and or ruin the ozone layer and or melt the ice caps and or. AOC is a religious fanatic. She's no different than the Jehovah's Witnesses shouting out about the end of the world every 10 years or so. And then when that day comes and goes, they shout about it some more, just with a different date. Because when he's 12 years are counting. We only have 11 years and 10 months, according to them. 11 years, and I'm keeping track, folks. Keeping track, because I hope to be alive when the 12 years is up. I'm going to laugh in their face, because no one, not even their crazy cronies, would vote for the Green New Deal. None of them. None of them would vote for that nonsense. None of them wanted to be on record with that shit. Man. When are we going to stand up for logic and reality and stand against bogus falsehoods? I don't know. I mean, I tell you one thing. Antifa, oh, man. Some of the stuff I've seen you pull, don't pull that with me. Please don't pull it with me when my wife's around. She would probably shoot you. You know, they've been shot, and they don't talk a lot about it because the guy got away with it. No, he was attacked in a crowd, and he shot and killed. I don't remember killed, but anyway, shot up in Oregon. I want to say it happened twice, but boy, it's been over a year and a half ago, and I'm going to try to keep up on this stuff. But I tell you, the old brain, it only holds so much information, and other information begins to leak out. And as summer's here now, as I said before, I'm going to try to do more of these, at least 3 a week. Well, why summer? Aren't you busy? I'm very busy in the summer, but it's the most important time of the year for me to take an hour and a half off, have an ice cold beer, you know, and then go back out to it. It's, and maybe the beer is not the best thing, but that's what I do. I'm not going to change it. But we so often forget. We remember everyone and everything and all of our obligations, but we forget our obligation to ourselves. And I mean, yes, to thine own self be true. It's a little bit Illuminati, you know, it's a little bit Luciferian. But the Luciferians, man, you know, that's why they say as above, so below. Because they want to be Christians. They just don't have the fortitude. They do not have the moral fortitude to be that thing. It's very difficult for me to sit here, even with the small following. It's very difficult for me to sit here and say, if you are gay, willingly gay as Buddha judge, and you say you're Christian, you are lying. You are a plant of Satan. Satan puts you where you are to mislead the multitudes. Man, does anybody else? Oh, I got it. I might as well. I've already been there today, so I'm going there. Do any of you listening to me ever, if any of you ever listen to me are Christians and say it in your heart, do any of you ever ask yourself, what did God mean when he said, broad is the path and wide is the gate that leads to destruction, and many will go thereby. And narrow is the gate, and dangerous or steep, but dangerous is the path that leads to salvation, and few will find it. How did we switch this around to everyone's going to heaven? Everyone will be saved. Everyone will do what's right. Everyone will follow God in their heart and have a relationship with Jesus Christ the way they should. Everyone will ask themselves before they do something, if Jesus was here with me, which he should be, would I do this very thing that I'm doing now? Lord knows I do not always live up to that, but mostly I do, because Jesus is here with me now. Call me a lunatic. I don't care. I'm not going to ask him to leave for you. He's been with me through shit you wouldn't fucking believe. He's held me in his righteous right hand, though I tried to choose the wide path. I don't believe in once saved, always saved, but I do believe that I have a relationship, and to betray my beloved, my God, is more than I would ever be willing to do. Well, anyway, that probably got so religious, Tim. There was an interesting interaction between Antifa and, yeah, I'm sorry too. I want to apologize to you. I'm not ascribing to you either, Tim Tarbox, but I know there's many people that follow me that are not religious. They do not believe in God. Hey, man, I don't judge people. I don't judge their path. I don't judge their decisions. I leave that up. Now, when I say that, I mean as far as salvation. Oh, but you said gays. Yeah, because I can say one thing because it says it clearly. And if you willingly do these things, it's not going to end well. It'll be bad. Stop doing it. Buddha Judge, do you really like sucking a cock? Wouldn't you like to slip that penis in a little poo-tang once in a while? How about procreation, man? Don't you ever get the feeling that you'd like to have a little boy or a little girl to raise up to look at, see it looks like yourself? Can't do it with your butt, buddy. You can put all the semen up his ass you want. There ain't gonna be no butt baby, dude. Ain't happening. Anyway, that's my appeal to Buddha Judge. So anyway, I guess if I have a final word, it'd be that I'm once again shocked and amazed and very happy that some great people swung by again today and out of the wild blue. I think that we're always where we need to be, always. And some people may be in prison, you know, but it's where they need to be. Where some people may be free, and people may be not in prison and we're innocent. We're always where we need to be. That's where we're at. And hell, even if I'm not right, you're there anyway. And when you look around and you can see that serendipity says that good things going to happen today, why get in the way of it? So glad we did today. I hope the best for you out there in Maryland. I'm about to break out my Maryland state flag now. But I do hope the best for you. I sure hope you get some smokes and a drink of your choice. And man, hell, I hope that you get your ID and that in the end, this is a pathway for you to get the hell out of the situation that you're in. It's amazing what folks can do with a little bit. So remember, folks, be good to your friends, be good to your family members, be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, family member, loved one has done seems to be so huge, you'll never be able to forget about it. Because at a time you think not, your friends, your family members, your loved ones, and God console you, your beloved of a decade and a half will depart from you.
Andre has a red flag, Chiang Shing's is blue. They all have hills to fly them on, except for Lin Taiyu. Dressing up in costumes, playing silly games, hiding out in treetops, shouting out rude names. We're Hey,